Well, I've been saying that the James Gunn Superman movie is going to be woke for months, and a lot of people are so starved for just something good coming out of Marvel and DC that they're willing to just overlook a lot at this point. We're in a weird spot in 2025 where a lot of people have given up on the culture, where even like our top YouTube defenders and things like that, you see your boy Zach, who has just gone on a complete meltdown on his channel and just won't even criticize Marvel and DC comics anymore, even though they're the same woke activists out there. You see a lot of other people doing this there, and the attitude is one of just dejection, being tired. I hear from a lot of people saying, I just want to have fun. I want my Soupy Man and my Spidey Man. And that's, they just want their brands that they loved as a kid to be back for that, for nostalgia purposes. And unfortunately, that's not the way it works. These corporations are evil. They are leftist. Woke is not dead. It's not over. They're not marketing these things as woke anymore to try to dupe you into these things to consume their little product. And they've pushed so hard over the last decade that they had the entire intention is to wear you out so you won't fight. That's what propaganda is. And so I know a lot of people in the movement early on always said, I hate propaganda. I just want them to stop propagandizing. But honestly, if propaganda is well done, you don't notice that you're being propagandized to, or you have given up and you're willing to accept a little bit of propaganda because you just want the overall thing. And that's how propaganda really works. That's what corporatism is. That's what we're fighting against overall. Now, like I said, a lot of people have given up. Your boy Zach gave up. We saw Comics by Perch kind of gave up as well. They just make kind of really silly videos at this point, both of them. But we're not doing that here. We are building the movement that everybody was asking for, where we're actually fighting against this stuff and actually going to persist forward. It's a lot harder to do at this point because a lot of people are burnt out, and I understand that. I understand that feeling right there. But these people in Hollywood are the same evil people doing this. The people in comics are the same evil people doing this, and we have to build something different. So please hit the like, subscribe button. Join us as we fight the real culture war here in comics and more. And let's get into this James Gunn Superman story. I am making a bunch of comics myself, guys. Flying Sparks was my first one in my superhero universe. I have a beautiful, beautiful graphic novel I'm working on right now called Strike Team Ultima, which is going to be a big team book. It's going to just absolutely just blow your mind with how great it is once we get it done here. I think we got 40 out of 48 pages done for the graphic novel, and then we had a 4-page short story as a test run for it as well. So that's what's coming here. But you want to get in on Flying Sparks and actually see the superhero universe expand. I'm doing what Marvel and DC used to do, where they had real continuity, they had characters that changed and progressed. We started it right here. And I'm doing this on my JDA Comics Substack because I know that the way of the future is like webcomics is doing, where Marvel and DC are dying and people are going out of comic shops. Webtoon, Tapas, those are thriving. And they're thriving because people can just read the content and then invest in a creator like myself. And that's what we got to build, this patronage system where we build up here and we have everything going on. So get on the Substack. Check it out. Read the books. Start here. We do have exclusive content for paid subscribers as well. We're going to be making more and more exclusive comics. All the exclusive stuff is also on my Subscribestar. If you like that platform better, be over there. But I'm banned from Patreon, banned from Kickstarter. All the hate speech, right? They say just because I talk about comics like this and I talk about what James Gunn's doing, they don't like that. The mainstream industry really wants to hold us all down, but they can't stop us because we're reading. That's why thousands and thousands of people have read Flying Sparks over the year and really enjoyed it. So this is a great spot for you to start on doing it now. Get on the Substack in the description below, guys. And if you want to support our stuff, there's Subscribestar, there is my web store, there's lots of comics. I've made 13 plus graphic novels, and we're not slowing down. We are just speeding up things because we need a real alternative here, and this is the real spot to do so. So let's get into this news. Yes, James Gunn is opening out about what Superman is really about. Yeah, he tried to hide it for a long, long time. Now that it's coming out next week, the mask comes off because reviewers have gotten copies of this. They've seen it. They know what it's really about. You can't hide it anymore. Like I said, what they're doing at this point is not marketing things as woke. They're changing their marketing tactics to try to lure you in. They used to think, because they thought that everybody was in on woke. They thought, oh, this is going to be great. If we put in our pronouns in the trailer, you're going to love it. And then they realized very quickly with the election that just happened, that's not the case. People hate it. But they still believe in this stuff. They're true believers. So they still want to influence you and they want to manipulate you. And so while they just go, look up, that's their tagline for this stupid movie, and they just show Crypto the super dog to get you guys going, oh, that's cute. Maybe I will see this. This is what it's really about. As he talks about the Sunday profile with the London Times of London's DC Studios head went deep into the themes and ideas that drive his Superman. He explained the superhero epic encompasses the story of America, which is why they removed truth, justice, and the American way, because these people hate America, right? This is who they are every single time. I mean, Superman is the story of America, he explains. Listen to this. An immigrant that came from other places and populated... Oh, no. So now we're going to get an illegal immigration allegory storyline, and it's going to be absolutely painful. This is an anti-Trump narrative. This is an anti-America narrative because they want America to be flooded by foreign nationals and then be completely transformed into something else. That is exactly what they're going for. It's a commie tactic. This is it. For me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and something we have lost. And this is what they always do. If you remember back in 2016, they started making this sort of thing called Make America Kind Again. It didn't really go very well because it doesn't make any sense, and the left can't meme. But this is the terminology they use to push this. When they mean kindness, they mean you opening up your home to a flood of gang members from Venezuela to just go over things so that they can push their climate bill through because these people will all just vote for Democrats. That's the thoughts, and that's exactly what they're trying to push. And it's something we've, quote, lost because the election didn't go the way these guys wanted. And this is exactly why he's trying to make this right here. He acknowledged the movie's themes may be interpreted differently across political groups. Oh, what a nice way to phrase it, mainstream media, especially considering the current nationwide unrest around immigration. Yeah. He stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added that he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Of course not. This is what they're all about. They want to offend the right. They want to offend normal people, and they want to push their degenerate societies on everybody. That's the whole deal. Yes, it plays differently because it's about human kindness. And obviously there will be jerks out there. Oh, yeah. Let all the people who notice what he's doing, notice the propaganda, and go, this is not a good thing. This is turning Superman into something Superman isn't. It's an anti-American Superman. It's an anti-Christian Superman, and this is what we're going. And then, of course, they just call them jerks out there. This is how the media treats you as a customer who just notices. You're not allowed to notice. You better just consume and enjoy product, you all. James Gunn has a new movie out. It's DC Comics. Yay. That's what they're doing, right? Every single time. And we'll take it as offensive because it's about kindness, but screw them. What a disdain he's showing for you, who is just a person who's smart enough to see what's going on. He wants an audience that's dumb enough to not see what's going on and just go, yes, this is about kindness. Illegal immigrants, good. Wow, Trump, bad. Good. Yeah, that's kindness. That's what he wants out of his audience. It's a modern audience sort of push. Yes, it's about politics. Of course it is. And the politics, he believes, is his religion. And so because of that, it's his deal. It's on another level. It's about morality. This is what they always say about pushing their LGBTQIA+, the pluses for pedophile agenda, saying it's about morality. And it is. And James Gunn's gotten into trouble with that in the past, if you don't forget that. Don't forget. Do you never kill no matter what? Which is what Superman believes, or do you have some balance, which is what Lois believes? Is it really about their relationship and the way that different opinions on basic moral beliefs can tear two people apart? Yeah, he just deflected this right here because, yes, it's about politics, and then he goes into something that's not really about politics whatsoever. The superhero trope of do not kill is a pretty ridiculous thing. And that came later. That was not original Superman, by the way. But that is something that, of course, has gone through the comics. And the reason it's in comics is not a moral play whatsoever. But if Superman kills Lex Luthor and he's gone for good, for real, well, he's not going to come back next month. And then you can't have your monthly issues where Lex Luthor's plotting his next thing. And they wanted to keep that going for their supervillains. So that's why the superheroes started suddenly to not kill people, because they wanted to have those brands in there for their supervillains, right? It became pretty obvious. And that's kind of why comics get kind of silly after a while and get to the point where they kind of lose continuity as well, right? It doesn't really work in the movie format as much as well as it does in this kind of thing whatsoever. But he does say it's overtly political before he changes the topic, and that's the big thing here. He says it's about immigration. He says it's about politics. And as you can see, Superman is dealing with a team of lesbian hot girl. He's dealing with Mr. Terrific, who's a black guy. And then he's got a kind of bad superhero who's not really right guy, Gardner, who's the white guy, who's not going to be somebody you can look up to. And that's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to be the same racial and, of course, sex themes that are going through everything in culture. And Superman is probably not even going to end up being the hero. I'm going to guess some girl's going to end up saving him. Lois, right? She's going to be the strong female lead in this, it sounds like. And they're going to wreck everything everything once again. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. You have your warning for next week. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure to check out the difference. We're going to be building some great stuff here. I can't wait to get into the future stuff. It all starts with Flying Sparks, and if you sign up, guys, you get free comics every single day, which I really appreciate you guys reading. Let's build readership again, build patronage again, become a paid subscriber, support what we're doing so we can make more comics, my friends. Thanks for being here. That's in the description below. We'll be back soon.